Have you ever wondered how to accomplish a flawless look? Today, I'll be showing you how. We will first start off by moisturizing our faces with a serum and an eye serum to protect for any possible outbreaks, and we let it sit for about 2 minutes. We then move on by starting our brows by brushing it upwards and underlining it by the shape of our brow. We're then brushing it downwards and tracing the upper side according to the arc of our brow. And once you're done tracing your brow, you'll be filling it in with the same pencil, and to give it a more natural look, we'll be blending the start of the brow. Please remember that both of our brows are supposed to look equal, so go back and fill in any empty spots as needed. In the next step, please use a concealer a shade lighter than you to clean your brows. In this step, you'll be correcting any mistakes and achieving the shape of your desire. For a more natural look, I'll be only applying the concealer below my brows since I do not want my makeup to look too packed or too cakey. Up next, we'll be using a damp beauty blender. You can either damp your beauty blender with setting spray or water. We'll be blending the product underneath our brow in order for the product to complement our skin. Before moving on any further, apply primer to protect further the skin. With the bronzer, we'll be contouring the darkest spots of our faces. Since we are aiming for a more natural look, we'll be only applying a certain amount of the product. We first lay the product with a brush. With the brush, we are getting the most pigment out of the product, so we want to make sure we are only contouring those dark spots. With the same damp beauty blender, but on the flat part, we want to go ahead and blend out the product in order for it not to look too cakey. By blending it, the product will complement more your skin. We'll then move on by applying a different concealer. In this case, we'll be applying it underneath our eyes, down our nose, and around our mouth area. This is a full coverage concealer, so it is used to illuminate all lightest parts of our faces. We'll then blend out the concealer with the same beauty sponge. You could always use a different one, or you can also use an appropriate brush if it is convenient for you. For the whole routine, this is the part, in my opinion, that will take most of your time, since you want to make sure that all of your products are laid naturally and blended all together. So please, make sure to take as much time as needed in order for you to be comfortable with your look. Remember to also apply your concealer underneath your contour in order to cut your contour and make it look as natural as possible. And of course, don't forget to blend with a beauty sponge. If you would like to achieve a sharper look on the nose, apply contour but not too much of the product and set it down with an appropriate brush. Since we used the flat side to blend out the contour, we'll be using the flat side again to blend out the contour on our nose. The last place we'll be applying concealer on will be on the lids of our eyes, and we'll be blending that out with the same beauty sponge or a different one. It is your choice. Once you are done blending all of the products together, we want to go ahead and move on to the step of the routine that is called baking. We'll be using setting powder in order to set the concealer underneath our eyes and anywhere else we applied it to avoid any runoffs throughout the day. Before applying the setting powder on our faces, we want to grab a flat sponge and tap it lightly on our hand in order to activate it and avoid any excess product. Just like blending is an important part of the routine, baking is also as important. You want to let the product sit for about 5 minutes before removing it with a big brush. The reason why you would need a big brush is to avoid any excess of the product. Lastly, for the appliances of the products, you want to go ahead and apply blush on top of your cheekbone. In order to keep a fresh face throughout the day, we want to go ahead and apply setting spray and let the products sit until they are dry. While our face is dry, we want to go ahead and apply eyebrow gel and of course some mascara in order for our lashes to pop out. By giving our faces a final touch, we'll be applying highlighter. We'll apply our highlighter on our nose, on top of our cheekbones, on the side of our faces, and of course on top of our upper lip. For last, we'll save the lips. Grab a lipstick of your choice or a lip gloss and make your lips pop out. Hopefully by the end of the video, you'll be able to accomplish a full face for an everyday look.